Good morning. Are you ready
Morning.
to take your exam? So this is a part of your Araling Panlipunan exam. Okay? For history. So world history tayo, geography. Okay? So I have questions here from your AOE, Awakening of Europe, and this one from Marco Polo. Okay? So this is what we are going to do. With AOE, you will pick 3 questions each. Okay. So the one who will pick, of course, she has the chance to give her answer. But one has to listen. Because at the end of her giving an answer, you may you may add some or you may correct some of her answers. Okay? Okay? So if she picks one question, you're going to read it to her. Then she's gonna give the answer, and then you can add after she has finished answering. Okay, so you just tell each other na that's all. That okay, I'm done. I cannot think of anything, or that's all I know. Okay, but be sure that you will answer everything that you know about the question. Okay, expound your answer, explain it as much as you can. Okay, so are you ready? So then after this, we will do that also with questions from Marco Polo. With Marco Polo, we'll just have 2 each. Okay, so are you ready? Okay. So let's start. Oh, you wanna pick. We're gonna kung sinong nanalo, she will be the first to question the other one. Later. Kuya, who won? Okay, so you're gonna pick and then give it to Ian. So close your eyes, yeah. You're gonna be the first one to answer. I'll give it to Ian. So answer. Adam, come on. Louder, please.
Share everything you know about William the Silent. Okay. William the Silent was also called William of Orange. Oh, William of Orange. He he also led the people to the people of Netherlands to the title of he also led the people of Netherlands for them to receive the title of beggars, sea beggars, so that they would escape the Spaniards fighting with them. And also, he is also everyone called him William the Silent because of his ways. When he saw people, sometimes he won't just he won't talk. He only just smiled to them in a very kindly way. And William was cherished by the people. And also there is one time I remember this was the death of William the Silent when because he was so kind of the and he has a heart of gold. Or I guess he's just kind. So when he was he was wanted because the Spaniards really hate him. So everyone tried to kill him, but some of the Netherlands loved him and did not try to kill him. Some of them tried to kill him. Oh, here it happened that once that William the Silent saw a beggar, and then the beggar said, "Please give me some money so that I may buy a Bible and a and Sunday 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 clothes so that I may worship the Lord, he said. And then the silent saw his saw his saw that his reason was quite nice naman, so he gave him the money to buy instead. He a gun, bought a gun by his own money, and when he was walking with his wife, he killed he killed him. And also I remember that oh, that's all.
Oh, and so it was not called sea bakers. It was also called bakers of the sea, and um, yes, he's a kind man, and 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 he was wanted, and then if whoever kills him will have a money, and that's all.
Ako pa rin. Share the story of Sir Humphrey Gilbert.
Bakit yun?
Okay, so there, Sir Humphrey Gilbert was one of Queen Elizabeth's sailors, and he was about to have a great part in our history book. Here, Sir Humphrey Gilbert um, Sir Humphrey Gilbert thought of going to the newfound land of America because France, Spain had already gone there. So so he thought that he might go there and give so that he so that the queen would have that he would have his fame. But the queen did not thought of this as nice as she thought it would be because she thought that this thought that and only she thought about is of gold. That's why she only like 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 Christopher Columbus. He had years to ask for ships to be ships, but it was in vain. So there, the queen the queen did not even help him. So there, he started his journey with his trusted ambassador, his stepbrother, Sir Walter Raleigh. And there, when his first trial was a failure, two of his ships were 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 destroyed. So he went back a failure. And again, he tried again, but but when he tried again, the Indians turned him up. Out. That's all.
Oh, Sir Humphrey Gilbert, um, he he doesn't want always gold like what Francis Drake does. But because of what Francis Drake did, Queen Elizabeth sent sailors to find gold. And but Sir Humphrey Gilbert doesn't want. He wanted that his land will be reached to discover some land. So he so he so he sailed to the way of the way of Columbus, and and I remember something happened there. That's why there became a fight. Sir Walter Raleigh, and Atikila's right that he has his brother named Sir Walter Raleigh, and and that's all.
And also, I remember that even though he was a failure, he was called the father of America colonization because he was the first man who thought of having of he was the first one who thought to annoy the Spaniards by wait, no pala. He was the first one who thought that not only gold to let their country to be rich, but also new, was like Newfoundland, parang ganun. Kulang kay last one na lang ako. Pero kulang yun.
Oh, you just take 2 na lang. You,
Ay, wait. Meron pa po last one.
you just do 2 na lang each. 2 each na lang. So it's Ian's turn now. I'll give the question to Ate. Ate's gonna read it to you.
What have you learned from the lives of Sir William
Yeah,
the
slowly read the question.
What have you learned from the lives of A. William the Silent, B. Sir Walter Raleigh, tatlo yan na. C. Francis Drake.
Again, your lessons you have learned.
Okay, so first, I learned about the life of first A. William the Silent. Okay, I learned that in William the Silent, he he um he is a good man and always cheer people and and also die for your country and and I've learned that when someone is sad, you can also always cheer them and by smiling. And that's all. And next is Sir Walter Raleigh. Um, I learned about Sir Walter Raleigh that he's be a good man and 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 also it is not always good because because there are some other things not always gold but other things that is much more important than gold and and next is Sir Francis Drake. And I learned about Francis Drake that you were always work so hard and 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 also work and also you can and and also it is not always cold and also that's all.
Okay, also, I think I've learned from the life of William the Silent that sometimes you have to be careful that, for example, sometimes you thought that you're just being kind, but suddenly they act like that because they were going to kill you. So I thought of William the Silent that he should have thought of it very carefully so that he wouldn't have died and have thought that he would have just given him the Bible and some clothes. And then Sir Walter Raleigh that if you want to colonize some people, you don't push them so hard. Like what happened to his people on board that they forced them to have to give them some gold. He taught me, that I should not do that to people if I wanted them to follow me. That's it. And then to be always calm in situations, even there's a great fleet going to your house. You just need to be calm, not to panic, so that you won't be so terrified and not have to think of a plan. See, he was so calm that he defeated the great armada. Mainit pala.
who said this? Let us not fall into the hands of God, not into the hands of Spain. What what's the story behind it? Oh, first I will answer the question of who said this. Let us fall into the hands of God, not into the hands of Spain. It is Sir Humphrey Gilbert. Oh wait, it is what's his first name? Oh, but I remember the next is Richard, and what's the story behind it? This one. First, there was a there was an armed ship named the Revenge. The Revenge, and and it is a strong boat, and it is a strong boat, and and the one who um the one who lived that is the one named Richard, and and then there I remember he's an he is he he is uh, a person from England, and and he was fighting between this pain. He was fighting between this pain and that fight last into the morning, and he also said this one: let us fall into the hands of let us fall into the hands of God, not into the hands of Spain. So then he Richard died. The Spaniards was very happy for their victory, and they carried Richard Richard to their ship. But Richard's life bring some sadness to people and some courage to other people too. That's all.
Sir Richard Greenfield was his full name, and also that there are sometimes five Spaniard ships attack him. Some even did not thought of attacking him because of thought of failure. Although he said although he was badly wounded, fight on. But the people on his honor would obey his command, but there were wives and children waiting for them. Although he died it with a happy and joyful mind because he died into the hands of he died fighting and gaining the honor of his queen, his country. Even though Spain won, and not they still have some equal courtesy. They honored that man greatly because of his braveness. That's all. Marco Polo. Topics.
We're going with Marco Polo.
Tutu lang po.
Tutu. Topics. Five topics. Topics. Five. Topics. 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 Topics.
Again. Oh, interesting. Mama. You tell the story of Genghis Khan.
The whole story of so there was a boy in a Mongolian country named Genghis. He was a son of a great ruler. He was supposed to be the next great ruler. But when his father died, his mother told all the people that they should believe that Genghis is the next ruler, that they'll have to follow him. But they thought Genghis was just such too much little for his work. So they thought that others should have done it. So little Genghis saw the way to show his people that he was as great as his father than they thought they would expect. And he even thought of a plan that he might tell them that he is even greater than his father. So he did. He did something amusing, but I forgot. What is it? Oh no, he said, I will show you that he said to the people of his father, or his people, that if you will just let me and follow my rules, you just follow my rules this one time, and if you see if I done this successful, you will agree that I'm grateful. So he did this. He let them follow his rules, and then they followed his rules, and then they suddenly won by conquering one place, and then they agreed for him to be his ruler. So he first of thought of conquering the lands around Cathay before Cathay. So he has a great mind and has preparations. He has long preparations every time. And he won successfully in one try. There is one time that he didn't win. That he didn't win any time he tried. So he married the ruler's daughter so that he would be the ruler. So now, after that, he wasn't, he wasn't, he wasn't contented. So he thought of, he, he opened his eyes and looked through the lands of Cathay. So So there, he saw the long preparations. His strategy was to be to attack just like in lightning, but well prepared and horror of lightning to all the people, and no rest. So he thought of this very carefully. He even bribed one of the guards of the China walls so that they would open the walls to the Mongolian and they would conquer it. So there. And then yes, he started with it. It was the night that they opened the door. And then they suddenly attacked the village, the first village, with fire. And the village won. Although they were surprised because they weren't expecting this. So again they continued to the next village, village after village. Until some village heard of this, they start to prepare. And also one of Genghis strategy was there was horses, and there were some men in horses, and there was in their back that they prepared some carriage that horses may rest there and they would get other horses. And then if they and there and also some of his strategies to conquer Cathay was was that, for example, they would lead only some. They also there was some east side of the group, and then the west side, the south side, and the north side. And the north side went up, and his enemies were much more larger than him. The east and the west will go and crush and the south will go and crush their enemies. That is one of Genghis' plan. And he went successfully, and soon he was the great ruler He was the great ruler of Cathay. Then he laid his eyes upon the western western countries in Asia. He continued this terror of fighting. He continued his his fighting. One of his strategies was another one of his strategies that some little force, little little group will go to that country, and then they thought that they will go. They thought it was just little, so when they followed them, the little country, the little force. This is Genghis force, so little. They followed him, and they thought that they would stop him. But when they followed him, they were larger force than them, so that they would attack them. That is one of Genghis. And then, quite suddenly, when he reached Turkey, Turkey was already prepared of this because they already heard of him. So, but then Genghis Khan had enough, and then he wrote the letter to the Turkeys that he was having peace with them. Then the Turkeys uh, thought that this trade of cows was just another strategy of his. So they thought that they would attack him. So there, when the Khan's soldiers arrived, they were just few of them. They killed them and cut off their heads and set off to the Khan. Then the Khan was angry because he was just having some peace with them, but they did not allow. So what he did was attack them. And then the Turkey ruler run and escape. They keep on looking for the Turkish ruler, and they keep on looking to the Turkish ruler. And everything that they saw and looked for the Turkish ruler there, they also conquered. Even some part of Russia, they would not stop until they find him. But suddenly, a brief sad thing that Genghis, this Genghis died. But they didn't tell everyone that he died. So they put him on his coffin, and everyone that see his funeral would be killed and cut off their heads. And this the burying place of Genghis was unknown. That's all. Do you want anything to add?
Oh, this one. And everyone that see him died, they killed. They have nothing to. Finally came us our on the Khan's Tumbling Palace. A whole the
Yeah, the whole palace. So it means not just the palace but also the gardens.
yun nga, full na eh.
Okay, let's go on a tour, dear sister. So we went to the first thing we went was the marble palace. Oh wait, the gates of the palace. We went in. I said to Ian, this is the two walls of this is the two walls of the palace. I'll show you. Because when So me and Ian went inside, and this was the first gate. Here is the first gate. When we went inside, there were some groups and troops prepared. Some were arrowers, some were riding some horses, some were for some sword battle. In everything they have a storage house. For example, there is one storage house. When we went in, there was
When we went in,
I told to Ian that the Khan prepared this for his troops. This is the storage house for our arrows. I don't know, archery. And this is are the troops prepared. And if the archers wanted some archery things, they gonna go here and then get their stuffs and fight. This is for the Khan's, like his safety shield if anyone attacked them suddenly. And then we continued our walk and passed through this old troops and storehouses. We went and saw some beautiful gardens. We went and saw some beautiful gardens. And then we went straight to the castle of Khan.
in that castle,
In that castle,
it was a palace.
You know, just describe. No need for you to draw. It was instructed for you to describe.
we went inside the palace and there were some in his gardens. These were his gardens, and after the gardens we went through the and before we entered the palace we saw some terraces. There were such beautiful terraces. So here's the castle. Around the castle were some terraces, and around the terraces were the garden, and around the garden were his shield to protect the Khan's castle. Okay. It's like 1, 2, 3. You're so protected. 4 shields before you enter the palace. And there was inside the palace were some, of course, the audience hall. Then the next was the scholarships hall, as the royal scholarships, and there are alchemist basement, and their royal artist, and their guest room, royal guest room, and there where the clothes were woven, and especially the Khan's own room, and also he made some rooms for the servants. So there. After that, he went to the garden, and then behind his castle and his terraces, there were storages of diamonds and diamonds, gold, and silver, and copper, and anything that you could imagine, rubies. And then Ian said, "Wow, a Tina, you're so smart. You know all this. And then after that, on the far end of the castle, there was his son castle. Chin Chinkin. Chinkin's castle. The Khan's older son. Thank you for telling me. The Khan's older son.
Chindo.
I think he's called Chinkin because he has a long chin. Or because
Sharp.
his favorite part of the body is chin. Or perhaps when he was a baby, the chin was the only one seen when he was a baby. Or perhaps his father just named him Chin King because he liked it because it's chin. Or perhaps, let's continue. At the far end of the castle was his eldest son, Chin Kin. Chin Kin. He was the heir of the throne after his father died. Oh, by the way, Khan was the grandson of Genghis Khan, and his name is Kublai Khan. So there. After that, behind the castle of Chinkin was the great mound. It was so beautiful, a great mound like this. It was like a hill, and there were some beautiful trees, different kind of trees. Different kind of trees. And I said, "Wow, there are so many beautiful and weird trees. Why, Ate Kira?" Then I said, "Because every time the Khan discover a new tree, he will plant it there at the Great Mountain." It is beautiful design. And there is some Paroda house. It is a beautiful design, and they eat there too. And every beautiful tree or flower he saw, he will put on the Great Mountain. There. And then behind the Great Mountain was the stables. And the stables was 4,000 horses. And they also milked the horses for some kind of food. And I said to Ian that this kind of food, the Khan and Marco Polo like it. The Khan and his subject like it. For me, I don't like it. And then I said, "Oh, Ate Kira, you're so smart." That's all.
By the way, it wasn't what did you say?
Paroda.
Paroda. It was a pagoda. Pagoda. It was the green pagoda, and also it was not only just 4,000 horses. It was 4,000 white horses, and 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 also it wasn't a storage outside the castle. It was large buildings, with buildings, and then that's all. That's what the one.
Buildings of foreign.
Okay, akin na to
Yeah.
kasi doon
Ako na mag-read
ako
for you.
magpipili. What is Marco's secret?
Why does Why does Kublai Khan allows religious freedom in his empire?
Oh, I guess because some we we need to let some. If I were the king, I will let someone have his own decision because have it, have its own religion, or have its own wants because some
Why does
yeah wait and Khan wants that something because why the countries has fight because it doesn't have religious freedom and Khan also allows it because we have other maybe he knows that we have other desires that we want to follow, that is same like to be to that is same that is same that is same choosing your God. That's why he allows religious freedom. That's all. That's why
I think Khan wants religious freedom because he lets the people the his people choose his own because to he don't want to force them who is the real God because he thought that he don't want to force the real God them their God because he thought that they might fight him maybe and that's it because he also thought that he is mabilis naman po siya maniwala sa totoong God if their prayers are true. That's it. Pwede na, sa'yo to na po.
What are the two festivities celebration the whole Catholic strictly observed yearly?
what I did not.
Ako na. What are the two festival celebrations the Catholics strictly observe yearly?
Observe, you mean do
Yeah. Oh, ito pala yung natin.
will I narrate it or just tell?
Yeah.
Okay.
Celebration that we really do celebrate yearly. What do we do?
Okay, so now first is Kublai, of course, the Khan's birthday. Of course, he's the Khan, so we celebrate their birthday. We celebrate his birthday. But and also the another festival is the White Festival or the New Year. Like now it's almost New Year. And also this is what they did in Han's birthday. They were good robe. Oh, I will first tell Han's dress in his birthday. He wear his good for his great Khan with his robe with golden robe and his golden belt and also his beautiful necklaces and other jewelry and also other jewelry and then and also there is also some red llamas that come in his birthday. Oh, yellow llamas that come in his birthday to in what do you call that term? Entertain them. And those llamas has magical powers. They say has many magical tricks and 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 many magical tricks. And also oh, and also if someone is gonna everyone over there. Oh, I guess someone that gives him the food will wear mask, so his or her saliva won't be put into the can's food. And that's all about the can's birthday. And next about the white fest. And it is also called New Year, and also everyone over there will have peace and 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 wear white clothes because if they wear white clothes at the New Year, they say if they wear white clothes, they will have good fortune. But if they did not this year, they won't have any good fortune. And And also, are some parades that can parade some elephants with turbans, and there's some speech that when there is pushing candle will just the eye like that. They will bow 4 times and then or if there's some speech da 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 and then they will bow 4 times and then that's all.
Okay, I'm going to add a lot of things. By the way, I'm the one who said yellow llamas. So check it out. It was me. I'm the one who tells her about the yellow llama. Right. The yellow llamas did some entertainment, like for example, the can's bottle or glass, like they will float a pitcher and wait. They will float the pitcher and they let the can raise his hand. They will float the pitcher and put it on the can's glass, and then the glass will float and go to the can's hand, and then the can will drink. And every time the can just drink, all the people in his birthday bow 4 times. Yun yung time na yun. Bow 4 times. And also, his birthday celebration was grand were made in the inside. And also, at his birthday, he also made some 12 judges so that people will ask the judges on his birthday that if they wanted some promotion and things like that. Or else if the cats answered that question, it was gonna go for eternity. And also, the can's celebration was that there was a table level up and separated from others. And the next, a table much more lower and separated was from his family. His wife, one of his 4 wives on the other side, and then his sons and daughters, and then their wives, and then another lower, their royal guests and guests, especially Michael Nola, in another lower and lower and lower and lower and lower. The lower ranking. They were perfectly orderly perfect by their rank. And also, the yellow llamas also tell the weather if it's fine or not. And they have their greatest enemy, the red llamas.
Red llama.
And also to the New Year's Eve, to the white ano po, they also, that one is celebrated outside of the castle, not inside. And also that, and that's all. Names were done.
Opo. That's all.
And I said, Ate Kayla, this was